Hi there. Today we are going to talk about bows for corsages. There's a couple different ways to make this, but basically the concept is simple. You're going to make some loops and bind them all together with wire. We do this in a couple different ways depending on the corsage that we're making. If you're making something with a really heavy, large bloom, you might want to go with this more old-fashioned approach where the bow is added after the fact as opposed to having the flowers glued into it. And so this is like a Christmas bow. This is the same thing you put on a wreath. That's just smaller and daintier and chosen to be the color that will accent the dress of the young person who you love who is attending the prom this particular week. Loop, 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 loop. And then you use the wire, which you insert through the whole center, and then pull back. And after you've gotten it all tight and tidy, give it a good twist. And then there it is. The lovely thing about these sort of monofilament ribbons is that you can fluff them later and they're going to have the look that you need when you apply it to the corsage. So that's number one. This is the old-fashioned approach. This is what you do if it's going to be pinned to a shoulder, or if it's going to carry a large bloom on a wrist corsage. So we're back with bow number 2, and this is the kind of bow you might want to prepare if you're going to glue small flowers to your corsage. And this bow is incredibly easy to make, but same principle as the traditional bow, except we do it just a tiny bit different. You might wrap, I don't know, 5, 7 loops around your hand. And I spread my fingers apart because I like the bows to be a little bit fluffier and to have more space to include additional material. So once I've got those loops on my hand, I pinch it. Look at that. So it's basically just like you rewrap the ribbon, right? Okay, here's a really solid trick. I'm going to fold it in half and just give a little pinch here with my scissors, which are very dull, and maybe a pinch here. And this is really just to help it do the giant fluffing thing that will help your corsage flop open and be incredibly fluffy and beautiful and provide you all sorts of little nooks and crannies in which you can tuck flowers. So we are here, we're here, but with the twist, and this is the magic moment, you pull in each direction. One on each side, and then suddenly you have an incredibly fluffy bow that you can add any flower in the world that you want to.